Hey there, MiniWarGamers, and welcome to another Warzone Apothis mission. I'm here today with Phil from Montreal. So we have one of our Quebecois friends coming in. So this is kind of exciting.
Salut.
Yes. And he just got into the game, and he actually has a very, very gorgeous looking Nightlord's army that he's going to be running today. So obviously you're going to be fighting for chaos, I take it.
Obviously.
Obviously. So we're going to be playing a pair of games. The first one we're going to be doing is going to be on the planet of Duusol, and we're going to be playing a 1,500 point Eternal War mission. So let's go take a look at the board and the armies. So here we have Phil's 1,500 points of Nightlords. So right over here we have a unit of Terminators. Now you were saying they all have combi flamers, right?
Yeah.
And close combat weapons. It's the power mauls that you gave them.
Yes.
So they're going to be +2 strength and AP4. We have your and they have the Mark of Slanesh. Then we have the
Reaper autocannon.
Oh, and the Reaper autocannon is there? Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. And then we have the Lord here. He's got the Mark of Khorne with the Axe of Blind Fury and a bolt pistol.
Yeah.
Okay. We got a unit of Chosen right here. Now, these two guys with hoods, they have the Flamers, you said?
Yeah.
And then these two guys without the hoods have the Meltaguns. And then he just has regular close combat weapons. We have a unit of 10 Nightlord Chaos Marines with a Rhino there. And they have a Meltagun and Flamer?
Yeah.
Okay. Back here, we have a unit of, it looks like
15.
A 15 right there. And that Flamer right there is actually going to be a Meltagun. And the champion right there does have just a bolt pistol and a close combat weapon. We have a unit of bikes right here. And this one right here, we're going to have to keep track of it with his head tilted that way. He actually has the Meltagun on that squad right there. And then we have a Defiler with the Scourge Whips and the standard loadout besides that.
Yeah, they got a Mark of Slanesh.
Oh yes, that's right. Marcus Slanesh right there. So you're going to have some fast Marines kicking around here.
Yeah.
So there is the 1,500 points of Chaos. Over here, we have the 1,500 points of Admech. So leading it all, I have my Tech Priest Dominus, and he's just a bare bones one, so he has his Volkite Blaster, Macro Stubborn, his Power Axe, no relics or anything like that. I have a small Skitarii Maniple here as well, so I have a 5-man squad of Rangers. That Omnispecs actually isn't there, they're just bare bones. I have another 10-man squad right here. There is an Omnispecs, and there's the 2 Plasma Calivers. I also have a Sicarian Killclade, so there's going to be some fun things attached to this one here. Once per game after the first turn, they can move, run, and assault in the same turn, so they can really clear across the board there. So we got 3 units of the Sicarian Ruststalkers, and then 1 unit of the Infiltrators there. From Cult Mechanicus, I'm running 3 Cataphren Destroyers with the heavy grav cannons. And over here, I have 1 Castellan Maniple with the twin-linked heavy phosphor blasters and the Carapace-mounted heavy phosphor blaster. So that is my 1,500 points. So here we have the deployment. Now in this particular case, Phil did win the roll-off, so he opted to deploy first. So he has his battle lines drawn all the way across there, and I have mine just across from him. Whole bunch of the kill clade ready to go, sitting on a couple objectives already. The mission we're going to be playing is the Scouring. So each one of these tokens is going to be worth a different amount, and we're going to discover what they're worth as we take them. Now, because it is because you got the first you won the initial roll for deployment, I'm going to roll for my steal the initiative here.
Okay.
Just to see if I can steal it.
Nope.
Nope. Close, but not quite. So let's go into Chaos. Turn 1. Starting with the bikes. Just going to start zipping over. And the Nightlord Marines just going to start moving up. Rhino's just going to turn around. Zip forward there. Going through difficult terrain. Got it just off camera there, but he did roll a 3 and a 6. So the Defiler here is just going to move forward 6 inches. And the Chosen move up as well. So that is the end of the movement phase. Now we're going to jump into the shooting phase. Starting with the Defiler there, you're going to throw a pie plate down just onto these Ruststalkers here. And, ooh, that's going to scatter way off. So it's going to scatter back, and it's only going to hit that one Ruststalker at this point. on a 1, and that's definitely a wound. So I do have an invulnerable save to make here, or I'm going to lose a Rust Stalker. That is definitely cocked. Nope, that is going to be 1 dead Rust Stalker there.
Yay!
And the Rhino firing its Combi Bolter into these Rust Stalkers right in the center of the line.
One shot, I think.
Oh, yep. That definitely hits, so you're going to wound on a 3. No wound, though. And this bike squad's going to fire into the infiltrators here. Now, he does have 4 guys within rapid fire, but it does mean his unit's also affected by the neurostatic aura. So they're going to be reduced to ballistic skill 3 for this shooting. 9 shots, hitting on 4s, twin linked.
Fortunately.
Yeah, good thing there's that twin link in there. There we go. Wounded on 3s.
Oh, God.
Not too bad. So I have 6 saves to make here. 4 up armor save. Uh-oh. I gotta double check the feel no pain there. And I do have feel no pain. So let's see if I can save one of these. No. So I will lose one of the infiltrators.
Yep.
Over here, the Chosen are gonna run forward. 5 inches. We forgot the Reaper autocannon over here, so we're going to go back and let him fire that. It will be snap firing into this unit of Rust Stalkers here. So hitting on 6s. No, is it twin linked?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
that's going to be 1 hit. Wounding on 2s. That's definitely going to wound. So I do have 1 invulnerable save to make here. Nope, so I will lose another Rust Stalker. And this big squad's going to run, trying to get onto the building here. Going to run 3 inches. That's just enough to get the front guys up on the lip of the building.
Hello.
Just like that. Over here, I do have a morale test to make, or these Rust Stalkers might run away. They're fine, though. He actually just decided to do a quick amendment. He doesn't want anyone up on the building if it's just 1 guy. So we'll let him have it. And that does end Chaos turn 1. So going into AdMech turn 1, got a couple objectives to reveal. So over here, sitting on an objective worth 2, an objective worth 3, and then over here, an objective worth 2 again. Starting over here, these Skitarii Rangers are just going to move forward, going through difficult terrain, 3 inches. And just before I forget, my Doctrine Imperative for this turn, I'm going to increase my ballistic skill by, I think I'm going to go by 2, and reduce my weapon skill by 1 for all my Skitarii units. And for my Canticle, I'll do Benediction of the Omniscience. So my destroyers here will be re-rolling their 1s. But my Warlord trait, I happen to roll the Laird Psalm code, so they'll be re-rolling all their to hits in this squad right here. Just going to shuffle around a little bit. Want to make sure that these plasma guns get line of sight on those Chosen up ahead there. Because that is an important round of shooting that I need to get there. But you're still going to be getting a cover save. That's something at least. This unit of injured Rust Stalkers are just going to use their 9 inches just to get behind this terrain here. And hopefully get out of the danger zone of that battle cannon. Over here, these infiltrators are just going to move around and get to a decent distance just so they can start playing with these bikes over here. These Rust Stalkers just going to get up to the lip of the area terrain here, which does happen to be ruins. So going to be granted a cover save against any of the scary AP4 or high strength stuff. Just a little bit of repositioning down here, just to ensure that I can get some decent shots there. And over here, these Rust Stalkers just gonna plow forward.
Do they have the...
And that is my movement phase, going into the shooting phase. Starting with these destroyers over here, gonna fire into your bike squad there. Would you like to jink?
Yep.
Alright, that's probably a good call because these are the heavy grav cannons here. So 18 shots, hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s. Got 3 rerolls to make here for 2 more hits. And these will be wounding on 3s.
I'm toughness 5.
But grav weapons wound on your armor save.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So that is a good chunk of wounds right there. 8 jinx saves to make. Alright, so 1, 2, 3 bikes are dead. Would you like to look out, sir, your champion there?
Yep.
Alright. So on a 4+?
Nope.
No, your champion has gone down. Next up is going to be the infiltrators. Now my Doctrine Imperative is going to give them ballistic skill 6, so they're going to be hitting on 2s, re-rolling those 1s for on a 6. Nope. Yeah, that's right.
You said it won't wounds on...
So let's see what happens. Because of the ballistic skill 6, these get to be re-rolled. On a 6, they will hit. No additional hits from that. And these are Strength 2 with Shred, so wounding on 6s with rerolls against Toughness 5. So that's 2 wounds right there. Looking for a couple more 6s. Alright, there's, wow, actually 4 more 6s there.
Shit.
For a total of 7.
3 plus?
So 7 3-up saves. And you're golden. Just going to run forward with these Sicarians here. 3 inches. And that'd be +3 from their Dune Strider, but I just, Dune Strider, but I just want to get them into the cover ruins completely. The middle unit right here of 5, just going to do the same thing. And they're just going to run forward again, try to get as much out of line of sight as possible, just force some movement from the Defiler there. And the Castellan Maniple is just going to fire across the field into that side arc of the Rhino there, hoping for first blood at this point. So the twin-linked heavy phosphor shots, that's going to be 3 hits, but get to reroll them. So only 3 hits from the twin-linked one. Do any of these go in? So against side armor 10, nothing from that. Next up is the non-twin-linked one, but the Canticle will give them the twin-linked anyway. That's going to be 3 hits again, with an additional, oh, nothing, just 3 hits. So just looking for anything, really. And that's going to be 2 glancing hits right there. Now, unfortunately, 25% of the Rhino is not covered there, so it will just go right through to 2 glancing hits, but there is still no first blood there. Down to 1 hull point. And over here, this unit of Rangers is going to fire into the Chosen right here, with the Plasma Calivers and all their rifles here, hopefully doing some damage. Starting with the Plasma Calivers, Ballistic Skill 6, so they're going to get to reroll those 1s and hit on a 6 if they miss, but otherwise hitting on 2s. And they are all going to hit. Wounding on 2s. That was unfortunate. I got 3 wounds down there. 3 4-up cover saves. Okay, 2 cultists will go down, and that does happen to 2 closest ones have to be these 2 guys. So the 2 flamers are dead. Sorry, I keep meaning Chosen, but I've said cultists I think once or twice at this point. Next up is all the galvanic rifles. Now these are Strength 4, AP 4 with precision shot, hitting on 2s. So that's all going to hit right there. And with a couple precision shots, actually. All of these precision shots right here, just for fun, I'm going to place onto this one guy who has the Melt-A-Gun. So let's see how many of these I wound with. So wounding on 4s. That's going to be 3 3-up saves you need to make from that. And he does go down. So that's one of the Melt-A-Gunners down. And all the non-precision shots, there's 5 more right there. Need to make a couple 3-up saves. No, the Chosen Squad has been destroyed, granting me first blood in this game. So that is the shooting phase. Going to move into the assault phase. I'm going to declare assault with these Rust Stalkers right here into your bike squad, so you will get to Overwatch. 4 bolter shots, 1 Melt-A-Gun. The bolters are twin-linked, hitting on 6s. So there's 1 6 so far on the bolters. Oops. So 1 hit, wounding on 3s. That's going to be a wound with a 4-up armor save.
Nope.
No, he will take a wound. Oh, after feel no pain, actually. Yeah, so he'll take a wound. 7 inches away, plus the Dune Strider rule, so I need to roll 4s to get into combat here. And they are easily in. So in they go. Oh, I got them, don't worry. There they are. So because of the neurostatic aura, we're both going to be striking at initiative 4 at this point. So let's get your attacks out of the way first. So you'll have 6 attacks going in. Hitting on 4s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. Oh no, that's not good. And on the charge, I do have a whole bunch of attacks coming back. 4 from each of the regular Rust or infiltrators there, and then 5 from the Sicarian Princeps there. So this is going to be hitting on 3s because Neurostatic Aura has reduced your weapon skill. On 3s.
Not bad.
Now I did roll 3 6s for hits, so that's actually going to add 6 more hits to this. So whole bunch of hits going in here. Now I did, I think there was a couple 3s in there that we have, I'm pretty sure we got them all at this point because I did address my, or change my weapon skill up to only hit on 4s because I was -1 weapon skill. So I think we got them all after reviewing the clips. So these are all going to be wounding on, I believe, 5s. Actually, 4s because the taser special rule also grants +2 strength. So wounding on 4s. So that's 7 more wounds. 7 3-up saves to make. And there's not too bad actually. Only 1 more went down. So just that front guy has gone down.
So we pile.
So we do pile in, but that was a lost combat for you. You lost 1 wound. Now, because he lost combat by 1 and the neurostatic aura, and he's lost his champion, you actually are doing this on a leadership of 6. Which, unfortunately, you failed, so we do have opposed initiative checks here.
Yeah.
And going to see if I catch up to you. So my initiative is going to be, 6. And you're definitely going to get away there. So they'll run 3d6. Alright, that's quite the run there. And that's taking the bikes way back there, but thankfully they're still above 25%, so they should be able to rally next turn. And these guys are going to consolidate
1 inch.
plus their Dune Striders, so they're going to get 4 inches, and they're just going to they're going to get into cover over here, just to make things a little bit better for them. You know, I'm not actually sure the Dune Strider actually helps me there, so they're just going to get 1 inch. So that only that one guy is going to be able to get into cover. Is how I'm going to run it. And that does end the AdMech turn 1. So let's go into Chaos turn 2. We do have some reserve rolls to make, so let's go check those out. On a 3+, the Terminators come in, and they are coming in. And he's going to attempt a deep strike right in the middle of my main battle line here. Where's he going? Okay, so 4 inches. And that just puts him just a little bit closer to the destroyers there. And attempting to rally these guys, you're still within 12 inches of the Neurostack aura, so on 7s. And they're good, they're going to rally. And these Marines over here, getting a whiff of the Infiltrators, just going to start moving towards them. And the Rhino just going to keep moving forward there. And out comes another squad of Marines. And the Defiler just moving forward a little bit as well. And just doing the 3-inch movement they get for rallying. Into the shooting phase, going to start with the 2 bikes, 1 Melt-A-Gunner and 1 Twin-Linked Bolter, going into the Rust Stalkers here.
Rapid fire?
Oh, definitely. Alright, let's see what you got.
Oh.
Not too bad, so 2 bolter hits are gonna, or 2 bolters are gonna hit. Wounding on 3s. That's gonna be 2 wounds right there. Now I have 4 up armor saves. And followed by a Feel No Pain. Nope, so I'm gonna lose this front Rust Stalker there. Now we have a whole bunch of rapid-firing Nightlords into the Infiltrators. The odds are not good for them, I don't think. So everything is within rapid-fire range. Now, just because of the ranges, I do recommend you shoot the Melt-A-Gun and the pistols first.
Okay.
Simply because you want to be able to get those shots in. And because of the Neurostack aura, all the ballistic skills are lowered by 1. So the Lord will be hitting on 4s, and everything else on 3. Or, sorry, on...
the 2 Meltas first.
So actually, everything's on 4s and the Lord's on 3s.
Okay.
So starting with the Meltas on 4s. That's both going to hit. And are they going to wound? Oh, they're both wounding. Now, thankfully, this...
It's strength 8.
Yeah.
81.
Now, so both Meltas are going through the cover there, so at least I do get some cover saves from this. But I will fail one of them, so there's 1 Rust Stalker right off the bat. Bull Pistol still in range, hitting on 2. Or, sorry, a 3. That's going to hit. No wound, though. 26 bolter rounds going into the Infiltrators here. This should be enough to kill them. Hitting on 4s. Oh, that's a good chunk of hits. That's going to be 14 hits. Wounding on 3s. Ooh. That's kind of discouraging.
Yep.
6 wounds total, so 4 up saves. That's going to be 4 saved right there, followed by some Feel No Pain. And Feel No Pain, so all that, I'm only taking 1 wound, and I'm just going to Look Out Sir onto the other Rust Stalker, which I do not do. So my Princeps takes a wound. Just going to roll their morale now, because nothing else is firing at them. And they are golden, but just barely, because the Princeps is still alive. Next up is going to be the Terminators right here. Now the Combi Flamers in the front are going to be able to hit 2 Destroyers apiece there. So he's going to do 2 Flamers, 2 Combi Flamers, or Combi Bolters.
Combi Bolters.
And then he's going to do the Reaper Autocannon.
Flamers.
Combi Flamers, wounding on 5s.
1
wound from that. I have a 4 up save, which I made.
Twin linked.
4 Twin Linked Bolter shots.
Fortunately.
Good thing they're Twin Linked. So that's going to be 2 hits from that, wounding on 5s. No wounds from the bolters. And the Reaper Autocannon. Oh no. They're Twin Linked though, right?
Yeah, but
okay.
that means.
So 1 hit from the Reaper autocannon, though. So on a 2. That's definitely going to wound. And the closest of the destroyers does not actually have a cover save against that, so he is just going to take a wound from there. Combi Bolter from the Rhino into the Ruststalkers right there. Hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Twin Link, though. That's going to be 2 hits. 1 wound. 4 up armor save. And he's good. Next up, we're going to have this squad of Chaos Marines into the Sicarian Ruststalkers there. 15 Bolter rounds and 1 Melta round. Everything hitting on 3s. The Melta missed, but 12 hits from the Bolter rounds. Wounded on 3s. 7 wounds caused by the Bolters there, so 7 4-up saves. Uh-oh, followed by some Feel No Pains. Alright, so I'm only going to lose 1 Ruststalker there. Next up is the Battle Cannon firing into the Skitarii Vanguard in the ruins here. So thankfully I will have a cover save against it, but it's going to hurt regardless. Going to put it right there, going to get 7 hits on a direct hit there. Which it was, so that's going to be 7 hits on 2s. Everything is going to wound there. They're actually going to go to ground, getting the 3-up cover save as a result, because otherwise they're probably just going to be dead. So, 3-up, and I'm still losing 3 guys here, one of which is the Plasma Caliver. Reaper autocannon firing into the same squad, needing 6s to hit. Twin linked though. No, nothing from the Reaper.
Okay.
1 assault to declare. This Defiler is going to assault into here. Now I do have 1 Plasma Caliver remaining, which is going to attempt to overwatch and hopefully hit. 3 shots needing 6s. Nope. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get hot and possibly blow myself up. No. So the Plasma Caliver does live. Now it's a 10-inch charge through difficult terrain, so you're going to need boxcars on this one. So let's see it. No, not quite. But you know what? He's still in a really good position there. And that does end Chaos turn 2. So they were able to come back and inflict some casualties on some of the Ruststalkers, or the Infiltrators rather, and some of the Skitarii. So let's see what happens going to do Admech turn 2. At the start of my turn, I'm actually going to declare the Doctrine Imperative of raising my weapon skill by 1. So all my Ruststalkers and the Infiltrators and the Rangers will all be at weapon skill 4. Sorry, the Infiltrators and the Ruststalkers will actually go up to weapon skill 5. And I'm not going to use any Canticles this turn, just because I'm not really too concerned about the shooting at the moment. Over here, these Destroyers are just going to move over a little bit, just so they can get an unobstructed view of the Terminators and their Grav Cannons. And these Infiltrators here are just going to move up with their 9-inch movement to try and finish what they started, because that right there is a fight they can't win. Over here, this unit of 3 Ruststalkers is actually going to move through difficult terrain. 6 inches through the building. So 6 inches is just going to bring them right through to there, and hopefully be enough to get them into combat and take care of that Defiler. This unit of 4 Ruststalkers right here are going to move through difficult terrain as well. 5 inches plus the Dune Strider just to get them out of the terrain, just to make it a little bit easier to charge in. Over here, doing the same thing with these Ruststalkers. They're going to move 5 plus their Dune Strider special rule just to get out of the difficult terrain there, just so they can get the charge in as well. Moving into the shooting phase, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with these Castellan... yeah, I'm going to start with the Castellans here, I believe. They're just going to fire into the unit of Chaos Marines right there, starting with the twin-linked Heavy Phosphor Blasters on 4s. Twin-linked. For 6 hits from that one. And on 2s, that's going to be 5 wounds. So there is a 4-up cover save on this one because I am firing through ruins. That 5 is good. So that's 3 have gone down. And they are now affected by the Luminogen special rule, which means the cover save is reduced by 1 for this phase, and any of my assault charges I can re-roll if going into that squad. Next up is the non-twin-linked Heavy Phosphor Blasters, hitting on 4s. Oh my, so there's 4 more hits right there. Wounding on 2s. That's going to be 4 more wounds. At this point, it's now going to be a 5-up cover save because of the Luminogen special rule. So go ahead and roll those. So I see 2. So 2 went down. And one of them is going to be a champion. Do you want to look out, sir?
Yep.
Alright, so go ahead and look out, sir, that. And it is looked down, so it's going to be one of the melta guns, unfortunately, going down, though. Right. Sorry, that's actually a flamer there, not a melta gun. So that's probably the good one to choose when considering I'm about to charge. Over here, these destroyers are going to fire into the Terminators. 18 shots with their grav cannons, hitting on 4s. So just realized that's only 12 shots right there. So I got 6 more shots that need to go in there. And there we go. So just over average. And this will be wounding on 2s, AP2. Oh, that's a lot of 5-up invulnerable saves you got to make. Needs to make 8 5-up saves. Made 3. Unfortunately, though, that is enough to take out the whole squad of Terminators there.
Oh my god.
Over here, these infiltrators are going to fire their 10 shots into the 2 bikes remaining there. Would you like to jink?
Yep.
Are you sure this is strength 2 with shred? So I'm wounding on 6s.
No.
No? Okay. So let's see how many hits I get here. Hitting on 3s. Alright, so that's not terrible there. Wounding on 6s with a reroll due to shred. So that's 1 wound so far. A bunch of rerolls. So that's just going to be 2 wounds there. 3-up armor save. Oh, 1 more goes down. But at least it's not the melta gunner.
Yep.
And that is the end of my shooting, at least over here. So we're going to do this. Neurostatic order reduces your leadership to 7. And you pass. Going to fire some haywire grenades. So we're going to start by launching one right there from this squad. So let's see where it goes here. That's going to direct hit, so that's going to hit 3.
Yep.
Okay, and this is going to wound on a 4. 1 wound, so you got a 3-up armor save. Oh no. Do you want to look out, sir, that one? Or do you want to keep the flamer?
You actually hit them. So
it's still closest, though, unfortunately. Because it's not a barrage weapon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So...
And he decided to just take the champion there. This squad going to do the same thing, throwing it right on that cluster right there. So once again, let's see where it goes. And that's going to scatter back 1 inch. And that one's just going to scatter back, hitting 2 of the Marines and the Rhino. So against the Rhino, on anything but a 1, the Rhino will become a wreck. That's actually going to be a penetrating hit, but there's not much it can do, so it's just going to lose its last hull point, and that Rhino becomes a wreck now. And against the Marines, wounding on 4s, that's going to be 2 wounds, but you have your 3-up saves.
Both make
And you're both good. Okay. And one last Mind Scrambler grenade going into the Defiler right there. Going to try and get a haywire shot off on it. But that's going to scatter off about 3 inches. And that is enough to actually just scatter right off the hull of the Defiler there. Into the assault phase, I'm going to declare an assault with the infiltrators into the bike there. So this is the Melta Gunner. So 1 shot hitting on a 6.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. And do I make it in? Yeah, they are definitely in. So in they go. This unit of 4 right there is going to declare a charge against your Marines right there. So you will have some Overwatch. For Wall of Flame, how many hits? Only 1 hit from the Flamer, unfortunately. Flamer wounding on a 3. That is definitely going to wound. I do have my armor save. I will take a wound from that. Oh, but feel no pain. Oh, the feel no pain denies it. Oh, don't worry, Phil. I feel your pain. I've had these moments as well.
Yeah.
Next up, we have 6 bolter shots going into the unit. Hitting on 6s.
1 hit.
1 hit. Okay. Wounding on a 3. That's definitely going to wound. 4-up armor save. Nope. So 5-up feel no pain. Nope. So I will take a wound there. And they don't need a very long charge here. It looks to be about 3 inches, the most direct route, but some guys will be forced to go through difficult terrain there. So that's, my Dune Stride is pretty much going to override that one, but 9 inches is still enough to make it in. So there they are. Going to declare an assault over here as well. He's just going to turn the Defiler to look at him. Reaper autocannon hitting on 6s. 1 hit so far. 2 hits, not too shabby. So on anything but 1s, that's going to be 2 wounds. Now they are in ruins though, so they do get their 4-up cover save. So 1 Ruststalker will go down. Now they're going to charge in. 7, 10 inches minus 2.
Against... it's not difficult terrain?
It's difficult terrain, but that's 7 right there. Minus 2 puts them down to 5.
Okay.
Plus 3 for Dune Strider puts them up to 8.
Okay.
Yeah, so they are definitely going to be in. And their grenades ensure that they're still striking at their initiative. Mm-hmm. And these guys here are just going to stay put. I don't think there's much need to charge them in right there. So instead they're going to start setting their sights possibly over there. So before we do anything, we have the Scourge in here. Let's see what it does to the weapon skill of my unit. So it's going to be reduced by 3, so I'm going to be at weapon skill 2. So I'm going to be hitting on 4s, you're going to be hitting on 3s there.
Yeah.
2 Mine Scrambler grenades into it, hitting on 4s. Okay, both are going to hit. Now, anything but 1s will at least do a hull point here. And that's going to be 2 glancing hits, but you do have
5 up armor.
5 up
demon save.
Yep, 5 up demon save. And you'll make one of those, so he only loses a single hull point. 4 attacks back, hitting on 3s. Oh,
jeez!
That is
Jesus
really
Christ!
that is unfortunate. 8 attacks from the Marines, hitting on, I believe, on 4s.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep, hitting on 4s. Wounding on 3s. Oh man, reroll that one. That one was cocked. There we go. Okay, so there's 2 wounds right there.
Yep.
2 4-up saves to make. I'll make one of them, so that one Rust Stalker at the very front there will be... No, I'm going to apply it to that guy right there.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's down to 1 wound as well. And I have a whole bunch of attacks coming back. I'm going to start with the Cord Claw attacks. These ones are Fleshbane. So these are hitting on 3s. That's 3 hits right there. Wounding on 2s. Any roll of a 6 is rending. That's going to be 2 wounds from the Cord Claws.
3 plus. Couple.
And you're good. And all these is what I have remaining. Once again, these are the Transonic Razors. So they're going to be hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. No, wounding on 4s.
Yeah.
And yeah, rending on 6s. So to hit. 9 hits. So now looking to wound on 4s. There's 2 rends and 2 regular wounds. And I forgot that they had Furious Charge, so that 3 is going to wound as well. So that's going to be 5 3-up armor saves and 2 rending hits. So do the armor saves first. So you have 3 of those to make. Alright.
Oh.
1, 2, 3 saves right there. And then 2 Marines are still just going to... Do you have invulnerable saves?
Nope.
No, so 2 Marines are just going to be dead.
Oh.
Yeah. There they go. And you lost combat wave 1, so you have a morale check of 7 to make here. And you're good. So that combat will be ongoing. Over to this combat, the bike hitting with 2 attacks. And those are both going to hit right there. And reroll that. That's definitely cocked. Oh, unfortunately, same result. So 4-up save here. And I made it. So I have 9 attacks back at +2 strength. Any rolls of 6 are going to be extra hits. And let's see. Those are definitely missing. Oh, wow, that's actually a good chunk of misses. So only 3 hits.
Yeah.
Huh. But wounding on 4s. So that's going to be 2 wounds. Now I just double checked. Apparently they're strength 4 base plus Taser Goat strength 6. I've already rolled a whole bunch. I don't want to re-roll things right now, so we're going to stick with 2 wounds right there. So go ahead. And so combat is a draw, which means they're not going to get shot off the board next turn.
Yay!
All right. So that is the end of the AdMech turn 2. We're going to go into Chaos turn 3. Now in his movement phase, he only has 1 unit that's not locked in combat. So these guys are just going to move over a little bit and help out that 1 Biker Marine. And because everything is locked in combat, or he wants to shoot at something locked in combat, there will be no shooting this turn. And we're just going to go right into the assault phase. So just going to assault in there and help out your biker buddy there?
Yeah, so I'm gonna charge. Declare a charge.
You're in. You can't fail this.
Oh! I actually could, but...
no, because none of your guys is going through difficult terrain, so you would be fine no matter what. And there's going to be a whole bunch of attacks going on here. Now, your bike has the mark of Slanesh, right?
Yeah.
And this squad right here is the mark of Khorne.
Yeah.
So they're going to shred my guys pretty quickly.
I hope.
my only saving grace here is I'm going to hopefully try and kill that bike first when he strikes back at me at the same time. So let's go right into it. Starting with 2 attacks from the bike. That's going to... So because I still have my Doctrine Imperative active, I'm weapon skill 5 at the moment, so the 3 does not hit. But does a wound? That's definitely going to wound. So I have a 4-up armor save, which I'll make. I'm going to get my attacks back right here. So I have 4 from the Princeps and 3 from the other Ruststalker or Infiltrator. They're going to go all against the bike here. So hitting on 3s. Oh, that's not very good. But,
no, that's good.
But that 6 does give me 2 additional hits because of the Taser special rule. So this is going to be wounding on 3s because I was wrong about my strength in the past. It's actually strength 6.
Oh.
So that's going to be 3 wounds right there. So 3 3-up saves.
These are the mark of Dave.
Yeah, let's actually get a shot of that. Dave just showed these to us today. So I don't know when you guys are seeing this, but these are really cool. So using the Mark of Dave dice, needing 3s. Oh, no! Oh!
Dave, you forsaken me!
Oh no! But you know what? You still have a lot of attacks coming in, and the odds are good you're going to kill these Rust Stalkers. So, Chaos Lord rolling for this demon weapon now. How many attacks?
Far another one, huh? Whoopee!
Oh, no. Oh, that is not good. So that Lord will actually take a wound and have his stats reduced for the until the end of phase at this point.
I still got it.
He's still going to have 5 attacks though, even though he just went and punched himself. But at initiative or at weapon skill 1, you're hitting on 5s. So that's going to be 2 hits right there. Wounding on 2s. That's going to be 2 wounds right there. So I have a couple invulnerable saves to make. And no invulnerable saves. Next up, feel no pain. Oh wait, no, you're strength 6.
Yeah.
No feel no pain. So I just lose 1. And I'm going to try and look out these onto my regular infiltrator. Nope. So I'll lose 1 wound there, and the other infiltrator will take a single wound. So we were just doing some math here. With the charge, the close combat weapons, the 1 attack base, and the Mark of Khorne, there's going to be a lot of attacks, and they're all going to be able to pile in and get close enough to get their attacks in. So we're looking at a total of 60 attacks, and we're going to roll these in batches of 20. Hitting on 4s because of neurostatic aura. There's a good chunk of hits. Wounding on 3s. That's a good chunk of wounds right there. I think I count 6 wounds.
6 wounds.
6 wounds, okay.
For the first batch.
For the first batch. So, alright, so 2 feel no pains, and you've got them. You didn't even need all those attacks. You just
Fortunately.
You just absolutely murdered that infiltrator there. So that is a 1 combat. So let's see a consolidation roll there. 2 inches. And just consolidating a little bit back towards the big building in the center there. Moving on to this combat right here. Now this is the second round of combat, so all my weapons are AP2 at this point.
Yeah.
But I lost Fury. I no longer have Furious Charge, so it's going to be at Strength 4. So let's get your 4 attacks done first. Hitting on 4s.
1
because I have
hit.
weapon skill 5 right now.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
So 1 hit.
1 hit. And wounding on a 3.
It's
Definitely wounding. So 4-up save. Nope. 5-up feel no pain. No. So that does mean one of my Rust Stalkers will die because the 2 in base to base already have 1 wound taken away.
Yeah.
I do have 10 attacks back, 3 of which are Cord Claw attacks, so they're going to be Fleshbane. But hitting on 3s, 3 hits, wounding on 2s.
Oh,
Only
okay.
1 wound. So only one of those Marines died at this point because it is an AP2 attack still. But I still have this many attacks back, 7 more. Hitting on 3s. Oh, that's all hitting. I have a sneaking suspicion that Marine's gonna die this turn.
No.
Wounding on 4s. Yeah, and there he goes.
He don't have his armor save against that?
AP2.
Oh.
Yeah. So that will kill the last Marine.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna consolidate 3 inches. And that just gets them close to, and I think they're even holding that objective now. And moving into this combat here, I'm going to have 2 attacks. I'm going to be hitting on...
my 3...
Oh, that's every turn. Okay,
yeah.
so let's see the Scourge. So just reduced by 1 this time. So I'll be weapon skill 4 in here. Mm-hmm. So I'll have 2 attacks. I'll be hitting on 4s. Oh, wait, what's your weapon skill? 3?
Yeah.
Oh, so hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Now, as long as I don't roll 1s, I'm going to be doing some hull points here. And that's 2 more hull points. So you have your invulnerable save.
Yep.
5 up.
Oh!
Both of them are made. Okay. So this Defiler is definitely going to make me pay for this one. 4 attacks back, hitting on 4s.
Fortunately.
Alright. Only 1 hit back. Oh no.
I'm... No!
Gonna switch to the Mark of Dave dice?
Yep.
Alright. So roll that wound. There we go. So that is a wound. So I got a 6-up invulnerable save to make, or I lose a Rust Stalker. Nope. So I will lose a Rust Stalker. It does also mean that I lose combat by 1 at this point. So I have a leadership test of 8 to make. Otherwise, I'm going to run away. But I will stick around in combat for the time being. At the end of the turn, it does have It Will Not Die, so let's see if it regains that lost hull point. Yes, it does. The Mark of Dave comes through. And that does end Chaos's turn 2. We're going to go into, or no, sorry, Chaos's turn 3. Going into Mech turn 3 as things start to thin out a little bit. So we realized that a challenge should have been issued by the Lord over here, and either way he killed my Princeps. So either way he's going to be getting the result for that one. So let's see what happens. Roll an 8. Sorry, the black one was the 10s, and this one was the 1s, resulting in 35 for +1 armor save on your Chaos Lord. At the start of my turn, for my Canticle, I'm going to issue the Shroud Psalm Canticle, which is going to give Stealth and Shrouded to this unit right here because of the Warlord trait and the Dominus, and right here they're going to be getting Stealth. And for my Doctrine Imperative, I'm going to issue the one that gives me +3 weapon skill, -2 ballistic skill, because none of my Skitarii are going to be able to fire this turn anyway. Starting my movement, these destroyers are just going to move over 6 inches, and just get some line of sight on those Chaos Marines all the way over there. These Rust Stalkers are going to move 9 inches up because of their Dune Strider special rule, and just start looking at that big squad of Marines over there. Over here, these Rust Stalkers are going to move through difficult terrain, for a total of 3 plus Dune Strider for 6 inches. And that's just enough to take them pretty much within an inch of the Defiler here. Over here, they're going to move through difficult terrain just to secure that objective there, and that is definitely enough. They're just going to get up there and basically sit on that objective. Just like so. Into the shooting phase, I'm going to start over here. I'm actually going to run these Rust Stalkers, because part of my formation is that once per game, after the first turn, I can move, run, and assault. So we're just going to run them 4 inches. So that result of 4 is going to give me a total of 7 inches, which is going to bring me nice and close to that unit. And, yeah, you know what, they're probably going to die, but the whole idea is just to make sure that that unit has a hard time getting to some objectives. Over here for the shooting, these destroyers are going to fire their heavy grav cannons into this unit of Marines right here. 18 shots with the grav cannons, hitting on 4s.
Oh,
not too bad. And wounding on majority 3s here, because that is the majority armor save. That is a lot of wounds, I think only, yeah. So of the 13 hits, that's going to be 11 wounds. Now you do have your cover save, because I'm shooting through ruins there. So we're going to start this by rolling 4, because once these 4 die, the Lord will be the next closest one. So, 4 up cover saves. Oh no! Geez. So the front 4 Marines do go down, one of which is a melt-a-gun. And he clearly doesn't want his Lord to die, so he's going to roll 7 look-ouncers here. And the Lord looks like he's only going to be taking 1 of those hits. So he has his cover save still, so 4 plus cover. No, the Lord will go down to 1 wound remaining. And 6 more for all the look-ouncers that were made there. Oh my, another 4 are going to go down. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you still have him right there, 1 more special weapon in there. Yep. So the Lord is fearless, so they're not going anywhere at least. But I have significantly reduced the amount of return, overwatch, and attacks that will be happening for the Rust Stalkers. Moving into the assault phase, I will declare an assault with these Rust Stalkers into the Chaos Marines here.
First
So we definitely have some Overwatch. So that's a Flamer there, correct?
Yep.
So roll a d6 and find out how many hits. Only 1 hit.
You gotta be kidding me.
Wounding on 3s.
Yes, that's a wound.
That is definitely going to be a wound there. 4 up save. No, so I will take a wound. Oh wait, I got a feel no pain as well. Always forget about that. And the feel no pain will keep him up. So 12 bolter rounds going into the Rust Stalkers here, hitting on 6s. Sorry about that, actually 15 because the bolt pistol as well. So hitting on 6s.
No.
1 hit.
Yeah.
So wounding on a 3. That is definitely going to wound. So once again, a 4 up save, which I saved. And for them to charge in, it looks to be about a 5-inch charge there. So I should be able to make it in, no problem. Yeah, because that's going to give me a total of 8, which definitely gets them all into combat. Over here, going to charge in with these Rust Stalkers as well. And they're definitely going to be getting in as well. So there we go, 3 more Rust Stalkers. Starting with the Power Scourge in this combat over here, my weapon skill will be reduced by 3. Now, thankfully, I improved my weapon skill by 3 this round, so I'm still going to be hitting on 3s. Hitting on 3s. Only 2 hits. I'm rolling for all 4 of them together, by the way. Just easier that way. And anything but 1s here, only 1 hull point. So 5 up invulnerable? No. So he will go back down to 3 hull points. So he's going to split his attacks 2 onto that 1 unit right there, and 2 onto that unit right there. So roll the solitary one first. And on 4s. There we go. 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. Alright, I got some invulnerable saves to make, or I'm just going to die right there. I made 1 of those invulnerable saves, but
you're still dead.
But 1 is not enough, so that 1 Rust Stalker, this fella right here, is dead. And the 2 attacks against the other unit that just charged in. That's 2 hits right there. Oh, yeah, 2 hits. And that's going to be 2 wounds.
Yep.
Couple invulnerable saves to make here. No, there's 2 more dead Rust Stalkers. Oh, no, don't take my Princeps away.
Oh.
I want to keep him.
Oh.
So there we go. And there is a chance I'm going to run away. I got a leadership of 6 to make, which I did make. So it is 1 more round of 1 more round. I'm not going to be shot at by the Defiler. So a couple special rules kicking in here. First off, you're issuing a challenge.
Yep.
All right, my Princeps will accept.
This one?
No, that's not how. You actually have to do it this way, because I have nothing in base with your with your Lord. We remove 1 of yours. Your Lord goes right up there, like so, and he gets replaced right there. And you have counterattack, correct?
Yep.
All right.
Plus the attack of bonus of my demon weapon.
All right, so let's see the demon weapon there.
Anything but 1.
There we go. That's a lot of bonus attacks. So starting with the massive 9 attacks from the Chaos Lord there, you're going to be hitting on 4s, because I'm currently weapon skill 7 with the Princeps. On 4s, that's could have been a little bit better, but not terrible. Wounding on 2s. That's a lot of wounds. And I have a whole bunch of 6-up saves that I need to make here. I made 1 save, but 5 went through, which means your Lord just single-handedly killed this entire unit. So these guys will now consolidate 2 inches.
Even just to strike, man. You couldn't just strike. Yo!
And that does end the AdMech turn 3, so we're going to go into Chaos turn 4. Not much remaining. We have the 1 Defiler locked in here, so we only have the 1 movement of the regular Marines and the Lord over here. So over here, they're just going to wander over here and take this 1 objective that has been revealed to be a 4. Starting this combat over here, we have the Scourge. Let's see what happens. For another 3, which means you're still hitting on 4s. But I will get to go first. My Mind Scrambler Grenade will hit. And that will do a glancing. So let's see what the save is. That's cocked. Roll that again.
It's a 4.
Is it a 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 4. So that is going to be another hull point there. And the attack's back, hitting on 4s. 1 hit. Wounding on a 2. Oh no! What? So there is 1 more chance I'm going to get to deal another hull point there.
But
it is also the end of the turn though, so you do get to roll It Will Not Die. No, it's feeling this one. And because it's a friendly game, we forgot to run these guys, so we're just going to do that now. 5 inches. And at the start of AdMech turn 4, I'm not going to declare any use of the Canticles, but my Doctrine Imperative, I will declare the Weapon Skill +2, Ballistic Skill -1, just to hopefully give myself a little bit more of an edge in that combat. Starting over here, these destroyers are going to move through difficult terrain for 6 inches. That's going to take him just over the wall there and start moving towards that objective right there. Over here, I'm going to move through cover here as well. 6 inches. Now, all I'm going to do with these guys is I want to get some of these Skitarii out of line of sight. I also want to make sure that they're not great blast templates there. And over here, the Dominus is actually going to break away from the unit, and the Castellan Maniple is just going to move forward, moving through difficult terrain, but they are monstrous creatures, for only 2 inches. So I don't know if that's actually enough to get me into the into range with my guns there. And the Dominus just going to reposition a little bit. 6 inches moving through difficult terrain, just going to hide out of most line of sight there. And these Castellans, I was able to get 1 of them within range of the Marines all the way over there. So at the very least, that's going to be 6 shots that might do some damage. Starting with the twin linked, 3 shots, hitting on 4s. Twin linked. That's going to be 2 hits right there, wounding on 2s. That's going to be 2 wounds. Now you do have your 4 up cover save by being shot through ruins. And that's going to be 1 dead Marine there. And 3 more shots. At this point, the Lord actually is the closest one in line of sight. So hitting on 4s, no hits. And moving right into the assault here. So roll your Scourge to see how much weapon skill I'm losing. Only 1 this time, so I'm going down to weapon skill 5, but you're still weapon skill 3. So you're still hitting on 4s. So I'm hitting on 3. Nothing. Alright, get your 4 attacks in. 1 hit. Don't roll a 1 on that one. Okay, so I got an invulnerable save, or I'm dead. Invulnerable save! What? So that Ruststalker Princeps is holding in.
Is there?
And that does end AdMech turn 4, so let's go into Chaos, turn 5. So over here, these Marines are just going to move around a little bit, just try to get as few in line of sight as possible. So that ends the movement phase. There's no shooting to be done, so we're going to go right into the assault phase. Over here, roll your Scourge. Only 1 again, so once again, I'll be hitting on 3s. That's going to miss. And your 4 attacks back. There we go, this should do it. Just don't roll 1s.
Anything but 1s.
Alright, so I got some invulnerable saves to make. I need 3 6s here to stay alive. Only 1. So that will finally kill the Princeps, and the Defiler wins combat, so he does get to consolidate. 6 inches. And he's just going to start moving over this way. And we do have an It Will Not Die roll to make here. No.
Nope.
And that does end Chaos, turn 5. So we're going to go into AdMech, turn 5. Now at this point, the Defiler is what I really need to take out here, because you're now contesting that objective in there, which means I'm not getting that 2 points, and you're sitting on the 4 points all the way over there. So it's getting pretty close. Over here, the Destroyers are just going to move through difficult terrain. 5 inches, that I believe is exactly what I needed, because I'm 8 inches away from that objective. I was actually 9 inches away, so unfortunately it's not enough to take possession of that objective just yet. But if it goes to turn 6, it's mine. Over here, the Castellan Maniple is going to move through difficult terrain. 6 inches, now that's exactly what I needed, because now I can move into the rear arc of that Defiler there. That's going to be enough to get those 2 guys right there, and the Datasmith just following them up. And these Skitarii are just going to stay put because they need to maintain contesting that objective. So I'm going to move into the shooting phase, and I'm going to start with the Plasma Caliber over here, hitting on 3s. That's 2 gets hots. So he is going to possibly die there. Yeah, he's definitely going to die, but 1 did go through. Needing a 6? No. So my Plasma Caliber is going to die. And over here I have 1 Castellan that's within the rear arc, 1 that's within the side. So we're going to start with the rear arc shots here. Starting with the twin linked into the Defiler there. Needing 4s. Twin linked, thankfully. That's going to be 2 hits right there.
On the rear?
On the rear arc right there. And your rear arc is 10, so needing 4s to glance. That's going to be 1 penetrating hit right there. But you do have your cover save, which is better than your invulnerable.
Yeah.
So roll your 4 up cover.
He's fine.
You're golden. Next up is the non-twin linked ones. That's going to hit once. So once again, needing a 4. Nothing. And the other one needing the 4s to hit again, starting with the twin linked into the side armor. Oh, where were you on the rear armor shots? Needing 6s to glance. Nothing from that one. And the non-twin linked, that's going to be 2 hits. Again, needing 6s. Nothing there either. And that does end turn 5. So now we actually have to see if the game continues at this point. So let's find out. Looks like it's going to go on to turn 6. At the start of Chaos turn 6, these Marines are just going to keep hiding on this objective, which I think is the smart move. And this Defiler is going to move a little bit forward, but there's no room underneath this actual thing, so we're just going to say he's under there. Well, no, don't put him on top. Yeah, we'll say he's moved within an inch just because the Scourge is blocking things. And you're going to fire at them, I take it?
Yeah.
So the Defiler is going to fire his Ordnance Blast. Going to center it over a model right there. So he's going to hit 3. Where's it going? Direct hit. So just roll 3 dice and just don't roll 1s. There's 3 Markup Daves right there. Now, this is Ruins, so I do have my cover save going on here. So let's just see what happens there. And I will lose one of those Skitarii. That fella right back there. Next up is the Reaper Autocannon.
On 6s.
No. Twin Link, though. There we go. 2 more Markup Daves. So on anything but 1s. There we go. I have some cover saves to make. I'm good.
Not Overwatch, I think.
You're going to declare a charge? Yeah, I have nothing that can hurt you in Overwatch, so just don't roll Snake Eyes. 2d6. 2d6. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. So you are in. Again, because of space, we're going to say you're in base to base right there. You're going to get a Hammer of Wrath on this one. So roll 1d6 on a 2+. All right, so I'll get my armor save. There we go. But now you have 5 regular attacks.
And Power Scourge.
We're not going to worry about the Power Scourge because no matter what the result, he's going to be hitting on 3s, and I'm not hitting back anyway. 5 attacks on the charge, hitting on 3s. So that's going to be 3 right there, wounding on 2s. 3 wounds. And that will kill 3 Skitarii right there, leaving 2, meaning I have a very terrible morale check to make here. So they pile in 3 inches because they're silly and stupid that way. And now I fail my morale check, hopefully. Actually, I can't hurt it, so I'm just going to opt to fail because I have nothing that can actually touch it. So opposed initiative here. So roll your initiative. And ooh, I think you might have caught me. And that is enough to catch me and take out my 2 remaining Skitarii, which means the objective here is surely in your control. And he's just going to use his consolidation of 5 inches just to move a little bit further away from the Castellans. And it will not die. No. And that does end Chaos turn 6. So let's go into Admech turn 6. Starting over here, I'm not going to declare any doctrines or canticles at this point. So these destroyers are going to move forward another 5 inches, and that is enough to take them onto the objective there, which is good because that's going to give me another 3 points, which are very much needed. Over here, this Castellan Maniple is going to keep moving forward a little bit, 6 inches. And the 6-inch movement of the Castellans isn't enough to take it within the 3 inches of the objective there. And that does end my movement phase. I actually have no shooting to do, so I'm going to go right into running these Castellans here. Another 3 inches, and that one will be enough to take them within the 3 inches of the objective. At least it should. And that was enough just to put them within 3 inches of the objective right in there on the angle. And that ends Admech turn 6. So, at this point, we're going to roll to see if it goes on to turn 7. No. So that is where the game will end. So at the end of the game, we tallied up the points. I'm currently sitting on 9 objectives plus 1 for First Blood, and Phil is sitting on 6 objective points. But unfortunately, there's no Warlord and no line breaker for either side. So the end result is going to be 10-6, resulting in a major victory for the Admech on Duusol. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this game. As always, we will have the partner video in the vault, and you can go ahead and check that out. But before you do that, we're going to go take a look at the map. All right, so there we have it, a major victory for Admech against your Nightlords. It was fun. I mean, there was some swingy rolls in there. You kind of got hit hard by some swingy rolls, but it did still result in an interesting game. You started coming back near the end there with your Defiler. If only he could have gotten out of combat a little bit sooner.
Still, he wipes out 3 units.
He did. So that does mean I'm going to get another flag to place on the planet of Duusol, replacing one of the Chaos flags. So let's go take a look at the map. And I think what I'm going to do is just go after this one right here and start marching back towards a hive city. So let's get that in there. And there we go. And that wraps the first of 2 missions we're playing. We're about to go get a second one in. This time we're going to be playing over Vadarak. So I'm going to try and take some space back from on my Forge world there. Now, this one's kind of cool because you said you have a Nightlord's Imperial Titan?
Yeah, Imperial Knights.
Imperial Knight. I'm looking forward to seeing that. So, as always, the paired game is going to be in the vault. Go ahead and click the link below. If you're a vault member, it's going to take you right to the next game. If you're not a vault member, it's going to give you a 7-day free trial.
definitely check it out. There's lots of great content in there between painting tips, tutorials, campaigns, lots of great stuff. Definitely worth checking out. You got 7 days to just sort of binge watch everything, and hopefully, we'll see you sticking around after that 7 days. But you know what? As always, happy wargaming.